So I'm going to talk about the Jalen Hurts pick. Kind of put it to bed after feeling it out for a week. Kind of hearing Howie Roseman talk all week. Okay, so I want to start out by saying that no, I was not happy with it. Obviously, in the second round, you get a guy that's on the field and that could start day one. Your first round pick's on the field. Your second round pick's on the field. They get a quarterback. They had two other targets. They had KJ Hamler and somebody else, and they weren't there. So they drafted Jalen Hurts. This is not because I'm trying to think. Both sides are very logic. Do I agree with Jalen? Disagree with Jalen? Oh, I like with Jalen Hurts being here. No, I don't mind him being here. I just think the second round pick was more valuable than Jalen Hurts. Okay, Carson Wentz is okay with it apparently. So Howie Roseman has two jobs, which he has said. Number one, building around Carson Wentz. Okay? Building around Carson Wentz, putting weapons around him. And number two, the future of this organization in the Philadelphia Eagles. I could see both sides. This is like, it's good, but it's bad, but it's still good. Okay? You can't go into playoff games with the backup QBs that we've had. Besides Nick Foles, obviously. Josh McCown actually didn't play bad. He looked bad because of when he got injured, but, he tore his thigh or whatever the hell happened. But that whole game was just not good. Our receivers couldn't get open. Look, we faced the NFC East the last month of the year. Bad teams, bad chemistry, and the Eagles had off-the-street guys. Carson Wentz pretty much putting everybody on his back. We got to play in the wild card game against the Seahawks, and even the first 8 plays Carson Wentz was in the game, it looked atrocious. Miles Sanders wasn't even 70% healthy. Okay, Josh McCown came in after the dirty hit on Wentz, and McCown actually worked the pocket really well, but nobody was open. How many times I saw him standing there? Unfortunately, we fought as long as we could. And that's all I wanted from this team. But I understand why they would draft Jalen Hurts. I understand. You can't go into free agency and get a quarterback. Look at the Saints. They just paid. They extended Drew Brees 2 years. They extended Taysom Hill for 2 years to back up Brees. $16 million guaranteed. And they signed Jameis Winston. Like, this is what you have to do. That's something you don't want to do. Remember, we paid Chase Daniel $21 million, something like that. We made him one of the highest backup quarterbacks paid. We can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? They want to work on quarterbacks for years to come. That's what they want. They want to have a QB in the room to be ready every year. Not have this, if this quarterback goes down, you're screwed. They want to have that guy in the building, in the lineup, in the room. Like I said, I don't hate the player, but I hate where he was picked. That's fair to say. But I understand our logic as fans and their logic in what they're doing, and that's Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman is excited. Jalen Hurts is apparently going to be in this offense. Like a Taysom Hill type thing, I don't know. Where they line him up at receiver or have him in the backfield, or I don't know what they're going to do. I just don't think you need to do that around Wentz. I think Wentz could do enough on his own with what Howie Roseman has given him, the toys that Howie Roseman has given him this offseason so far. I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is fantastic. I'm not saying he's bad. I honestly don't know how he's going to fit. Obviously, we're going to see what happens. This is either going to be very successful or it's going to be it's going to be a trash compactor. It's going to be garbage. It's not going to work. I'm giving it hope though. Okay? I understand what Howie Roseman's doing, okay? Howie Roseman wants this team ready. God forbid. It's not just because of Carson Wentz, which everyone thinks it is, because they don't trust him staying healthy. They just want to change the QB room. They want a backup quarterback to be ready nonstop every game of the week. God forbid Carson or whoever else is our future quarterback 20, 40, 50 years from now. You understand? This is something that they're changing because we go into a playoff game and we got to lay it on another guy. And McCown didn't have that many snaps with us. He worked the pocket very well. We didn't have the weapons for that game. We didn't have the right coaching for that game either because the play calling was horrible. And McCown played good, but no guys got open, and he threw some inaccurate passes as well. So some's on him as well. But you're going to a situation where you're going to hate this because of that second-round pick. But in the end, we're going to be ready. We're not going to be worrying about the backup quarterback position for years to come because you have a guy for technically 5 years on $1.5 million deal every year. Then going out like the Saints and re-signing Breeze, re-signing Taysom Hill to a 2-year deal, $16 million guaranteed. Then on top of everything, they literally signed 3 quarterbacks. They extended Breeze, Taysom Hill, I think it's a perfect example. And then Jameis Winston. Regardless, you get a guy like Jalen Hurts in here, there's assurance. He'll be with this offense. He'll be here for another 5 years. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, they're probably going to use him as like a Brock Osweiler type thing. They're going to trade him later on, whatever. You're not going to do that. Look what the Patriots tried doing with Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay? It was between head coach to player, player to head coach to player, player to owner to, I mean, there was walls everywhere. Nobody agreed with anything. That's why Jimmy Garoppolo never stayed with New England, which he should have. Brock Osweiler, you're not going to just have him on the roster for 2 years, trade him for a second-round pick just to get him off the roster, and go to another, and then that team trade him again because they just wanted the pick. Okay, you're not shipping him off with a pick and getting, you're not getting much out of him. This isn't, I don't think the Eagles are shipping this guy out. This is legit. This guy is going to be here. I understand when you get drafted as a quarterback. I understand that the guy wants to start. Every quarterback wants to start that gets drafted, whether you're a 6th, 7th. We can't draft quarterbacks in the 5th, 6th, 7th round anymore. Can't. After that Clayton Thornton pick, I was like, it was a waste. But that was fine because it was a 6th-round pick. This is a 2nd-round pick. Jalen Hurts, we don't know. He could have ended in the 3rd round, probably. But this is to assure that we are ready if anything happens. It's not because of Carson Wentz. It's because the quarterback room is changing here in Philadelphia because they want that position squared away and done. They have a starter and they have a backup that knows the playbook, that knows the ins and outs, and has the chemistry with this team. Somebody that's going to be here for 4 to 5 years with this roster, with these young guys. You never know what could happen. I understand the pick, why we like it and why we dislike it, but I understand the other side of it where Howie Roseman is sitting there and he's saying, okay, I want to get the QB room. They want to come in and they want to grab as many QBs as possible and they want to do good things with them. They want to train them and work them into this offense. I understand Howie Roseman's logic and I understand why we hate it so much, but we need to just let it stay in the hands of Howie Roseman. Obviously, guys, we just need to get the fuck over it because it's over. It's done. And you know what? You never know. Come September, October, whenever this damn season starts, we're probably going to see some good things from Jalen Hurts. Okay? And we're probably going to say, wow, I'm glad that Howie got him because now I'm not so worried about Carson going down. Now I'm not so worried about the quarterback position in Philadelphia ever again because you could have a prime backup. And you never know what could happen. I don't like it. I don't hate it. But I'm comfortable with it now. To where Howie Roseman said, we're going to be winning football games. The fans aren't going to complain we're winning football games. He wants to get the quarterback room squared away. But I know I'm not going to read this comment section too much because it's going to be, Howie Roseman doesn't trust Carson Wentz. It's nothing to do with that. This is to assure that this quarterback situation is because you never know. If you don't, do you really trust Nate Sudfeld right now? I really don't. I don't. I haven't, since they signed him on a one-year deal. And a one-year deal tells you a lot. It tells that it's a prove-it deal. It tells you that you're either going to make it or you're not going to make it. But Jalen Hurts has a huge chance to be here for 4 to 5 years and stable that backup position for Wentz. It's not just because of backing up. See, it's not just because of backing up for Wentz. It's because he wants to get that QB room squared away. This way, if somebody goes down, another quarterback comes in and has the chemistry, already has everything with these players, and it's like you're not missing a beat. Plus, you're getting Jalen Hurts, a guy that's a little bit more mobile, a little bit more fast, got some speed towards him. He's got a good arm. Just needs to learn the way of the NFL a little bit more. That's it. So, I'm fine with it. It is what it is. I'm not going to hate it. But after hearing Howie the past week and a half, I understand why. I think we all just wanted the reason why. And we got it. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Shake squad up. Fly, Owls, fly.